Malaysia's anti-graft agency has released a total of 9 audio clips from 2016 purportedly showing an attempt to manipulate investigations aimed at concealing missing funds from the 1MDB scandal.
I don't like this. Then if you are the Prime Minister, you should take a chance, not anybody else, okay?
There was allegedly Rosmah Mansor, the wife of former Malaysia Prime Minister Najib Razak, telling him to conspire in a cover-up of the 1MDB scandal. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission said that the recordings show a clear case of abuse of power, conspiracy, fabrication of false evidence, and leaking of state secrets. Apart from Najib and Rosmah, the Corruption Commission believes the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Mohammed Zayed Al Nahyan, were among the voices heard in the video clips. We have Malaysia Bureau Chief Shannon Teoh right now live on Skype to tell us more. Shannon, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Shannon. Shannon, first of all, have you personally listened to these clips? Are they real, and what are these recordings?
I have listened to them, and I don't know if they're real. I mean, that's what's in question here, the authenticity. But I got to tell you, I was very entertained and listening to all of them. They do sound very authentic. I mean, unless you've got a really good voice impersonator or some amazing deep fake, the voices sound very real. Conversations sound very natural. I think this is going to gave quite a lot of opinion about what's happened in this case. Now, what the records are, mainly there are three main branches of the recording. One is between Najib, purportedly, allegedly between Najib and senior Malaysian officials, including those in the public prosecutor's office, talking about the case and the investigation with him. And they're telling him that, oh, we can handle this, right? The second alleged kind of a branch of conversations was with the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. So, other Abu Dhabi officials talking about the dispute between 1MDB and the Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund called IPIC. And if you've been following the case, there's about $6.5 billion dispute between the two bodies.
Right.
In this case, Najib is also asking for a favor to help out Tepsan Visas. And you might know that name from basically the company that produced the Hollywood film Wolf of Wall Street, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. And so the third branch is the one that I think has kind of blown up on social media. The conversation between Rosmah and Najib, which sounds very much like Rosmah only advising the then Prime Minister on how to take control of the situation and how to do regarding 1MDB.
Right. Now, Shannon, we'll focus on the clips exactly in a bit. I just want to ask you, if true and authentic, would these recordings, seal the fate of those involved? For example, Najib himself.
I think in the court of public opinion, yeah. I mean, it looks very bad. It looks very damaging. You're discussing billions of dollars, a sovereign Malaysian agency, and trying to come out with a deal with a foreign power. You are submitting an investigation by telling the main suspect what's going on and how we're going to handle it. So if it's true, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not sure the extent of the criminality of all these things, but it does look very bad. It does look like clear abuse of power. It does, exposing what should be official secrets.
Right.
So involved may or may not end up being charged for this. I'm not sure about the criminality, and I'm not sure about the impact on Najib's ongoing cases. He's facing 42 charges of graft. Regarding one, but those are very criminal charges are very specific, and they don't mention this kind of alleged conspiracy. At least behind closed doors and on this.
Right. Of course, this is if the recordings were true and authentic. Now, let's focus on one of the clips and you mentioned as well. It is trending online. Allegedly, Rosmah shouting at Najib. Can I advise you something? Now, let's have a listen to the clip.
Can I advise you something? I don't like this. Then if you are the Prime Minister, you should take a chance, not anybody else, okay?
Yeah,
And
I
then you
understand.
have got goons around you to advise you. Because I said, I told Shannon, kalau you nak tolong, kenapa you tak tolong last week? When the moment the thing happens, like, you should have come and approach me. I said, how can I help?
And now, Shannon, if you could, just tell us what is happening right there.
Well, ever since, even when he was in power, I mean, you get a lot of people talking about how Rosmah is really the one wearing the pants in the family. A lot of jokes fly about that she's the one, like Malaysia has two prime ministers. These kind of jokes have been going around. And I think Najib lost power, these jokes have been told more openly. Well, feel more free to say that Rosmah had an unsuitable level of influence over government just from being the wife of the prime minister. This clip kind of gives more credence to that belief. But of course, Najib has replied to this saying that, no, this is just a conversation with my wife. I listen to a lot of opinions, but I make the decisions in the end. But some quarters have also said that, look, a lot of guys are laughing about this clip, but I think in your family, your wife scolds you the same way. So you get a lot of funny banter going on. I'm not going to comment about my family, though.
Well, Shannon, okay, now let's take a look let's listen to another excerpt of a conversation now involving Riza, their son. Let's hear it.
I also have this personal request, Your Highness. Yes. That relates to Riza, my son. Yes. And his movie. You see, the problem is relatively small. If there can be an agreement with Sheikh Mansour to have a loan agreement signed, and he will pay back according to the schedule. That will show that it's a legitimate, financing package. It's not money laundering, you see.
So Shannon, briefly, if you could tell us, how is Riza involved?
So Riza set up a film production company along with some Hollywood guys, and as the story goes, I mean the Najib's side of the story is that that company got an advance package from ABA, which is a subsidiary of IPIC. Subsequently, ABA closed down, so now it looks like money laundering. So what Najib is saying that he's asking for here is just to have a replacement loan arrangement. But that's not what the authorities have been saying. That's not what Department of Justice is saying. The US Department of Justice says that the money has gone into that movie, into that film company, came from 1MDB.
Yeah.
It was part of the $3.5 billion that is missing now. It was part of funds that were seized by the So at some point they're supposed to return it to Malaysia. But key to that, so that I think the filmmakers, that the film production company, have agreed that whatever proceeds that come from that movie, are not for them. They've kind of admitted that we don't deserve this money. But kind of arrangements that you're going to get when you settle out of court, right? So they don't want to go through a criminal lawsuit, so they're settling this entire. So this again, as we mentioned right at the start, a lot of these conversations sound very bad, but they might not add up to criminality. It is very to the credibility of those involved. You may never want to do business with Riza Aziz again on the basis. But he may not have committed a criminal.
Well, it remains to be seen, of course, Shannon, whether these recordings, they are genuine or authentic. But thank you so much for coming on to share a bit more on this. And for those of you, of course, watching to read more on the story, you can head on to our website, straitstimes.com.